So people might be asking, how do you get to Canada? If you're Italian, I guess. Well, you go to the largest airport here, you pay the ticket for a huge ass plane, and you get there. It's just easy as that.
So yeah, no, obviously, it's pretty hard and expensive. This is more of a ranting video. I want to be funny though, so it won't be like some crazy screaming stuff. Yeah. So even if Italians like me have one of the strongest passports ever, for some reason, both Canada and United States want want Italians to get visas. Like I can travel visa free to China and Japan. China and Japan, that are countries with completely different cultures. And the places where Italians are very well known of. No, we have to get visas. Yeah, why? Then also, like, obviously I had to get a visa because I'm not staying for a vacation, I'm trying to stay for a year, so I need an open work permit. And because I would be an immigrant, in full sense of the term, I am immigrating to Canada. So that makes sense that I should have document, but still, like, why do I need visas? Like, I can go to all of the South America and Mexico without visas, without literally not. I just pay the fucking ticket and go. I can I cannot enter the United States from Canada because I have to get a visa, a tourist visa. But I can go to Mexico if I want to. I can just take a plane even from Canada and go. So no, yeah, like obviously, like I don't know if the some issues with diplomacy stuff between Canada and Italy. I don't know. Maybe they're fiercest enemies, and I don't know about that. I am basically a terrorist for them. Obviously, this is a joke. Government of Canada, if you're watching this, I am not a terrorist. I'm joking. I will pack a guitar in my luggage, not a C4. Got it? Okay. The whole process to get the working holiday visa and open work permit, which I still don't have right now. Like I have my ATA. They gave me the ATA, and the whole process of applying to the working holiday visa, the IEC, like they called it there, International Experience Canada. It was a whole journey. Okay, I decided to apply myself in December 2025. Okay, 4 months ago. It was the end of December, so it's more like 3.5 now. But still, the 26th, the 27th of December, I applied, and they have to give you an ITA. What is an ITA? It's an invitation to apply. So you ask for them, and then they will decide if it's fine for them. And it's mostly like a first come first served thing. So because I did in December, I was basically first in list to be approved, invited to apply. So yeah, that was like I waited a full month because the rounds would start only in February. But in February, I had my invitation to apply, and they asked me documents. Which type of documents? Well, police records. Canada, are you onto something? If I'm asking to go to your country, I bet your ass off I'm not a criminal. So yeah, I had to go to my local judiciary spot, basically the tribunal Basically, it's where judges are. In Italy, we use provinces. There's basically every major city has its own province, and because I'm of that province, I have to go there. I had to go to the city and basically pay for an information that, first of all, why should I fucking pay to know if I am being prosecuted by someone? Okay, if I had problem with the law, Jesus, like, why should I pay for that? But that's the Italian government for you. You have to pay for every single piece of paper because, I don't know, they have to compensate for the cost of the paper. I didn't know that we had the paper crisis in Italy. I did a couple of journeys. I got everything. I sent them. I scanned them with my printer machine and sent them. And then they asked me my Italian citizenship. Really, seriously, I sent you my fucking passport, my ID, which, like, European IDs basically tell you everything because, like, they are like they are coded. They have my fingerprints there, and still they needed to check if I was an Italian citizenship. They wanted my birth certificate, not like my birth certificate, my residency certificate, so to say that I live in Italy. Okay, no, fine, okay. I had, thankfully I could have done that online. That's one of the very few things I could have done online, and that's fine. Like, I just did that, paid another 16 euros, and then they asked me for my fingerprints. Canada. I couldn't get this thing without my fingerprints. I couldn't get it 2 years ago if I haven't given my fingerprints. Pull them from here. You have the codes. Can't you access a fucking data center to just get them? China has them. It pulls that from my phone. Google has. Ask Google. He's fucking made this phone. It's so fucking stupid. And most of all, like, I couldn't go, like, anywhere to get these fucking fingerprints. I had to go to Rome. And oh boy, Rome is something. You see, the problem with reaching Rome for me is the fact that not only I have to take a bus, right? Go and back, 2-hour bus. From the nearest city where I live to Rome. And then it's Rome. It fucking sucks, okay? I think Rome is one of the worst cities here. It's beautiful. Like, I managed to sneak up some quick tours. I've been in Rome. I actually was born very close to it, so some part of my childhood were in Rome, okay? But like, I don't like the city because it's so full of traffic. People always try to kill you. Also, like, it smells so bad at Rome. I think whatever kind of chemical factory dumps fucking shit into the Tiber River, fucking, like, stop. Like, the smell is unbearable. I mostly hate large cities. Like, I lived in Milan for some time, and it's not better. The only big city I loved about Italy is Naples, but because it's more the legend of Naples. Naples is great. Yeah, but seriously, like, I didn't like to go to Rome, mostly because it's also fucking horrible to navigate, because you have like 2 metros you can use, and then, like, you're kind of lost in a labyrinth of the city. And like, you go in one direction, and then you say, okay, so it's a follow, and then you don't remember if you're in the east or west side of the river. God, I cannot. I seriously cannot believe people live there, but apparently a million people do. So good for them. Like, I am happy for them if they can manage to find themselves there. I went to the office. I paid online when I was applying, and I got the biometrics. They made me face photo, fingerprints, easy. I went back home, and then after that it was all fine. I had to resend some other documents, because then I discovered that they don't want the original documents, they want the certified translations. So I had to make certified translations that cost a fucking lot. I probably spent more than 150 euros for certified translations of the documents, because like obviously like in Canada who they will speak Italian. Like, no, man. Who the fuck speaks Italian? I don't. Vaffanculo. And no, yeah, basically, I thought it was fine. I did everything. I did all the things. I already spent a lot of money. I was fine. And then it arrived. The medical visit. So yeah, basically they wanted to know if I had HIV. Ladies, if you're watching this video, I'm still a virgin. I'm a virgin. I never had sex with anyone, okay? And they wanted to ask me if I had HIV. Obviously, like, they couldn't know. They couldn't know. I didn't know if I was, like, kind of amused by the conception that a government was suspecting me of having AIDS. But, I mean, sure, like, I went back at Rome, paid a lot of money, because the only clinic that did things for Canada, the only doctor selected was there. And yeah, I basically got my blood pulled to scan to see if I had any evident tumors. I'm fine. I am... In Italian they say sano come un pesce. I don't know how to translate that in English, but they send that automatically. I just had to go there and do the stuff. And I went back home, and the 1st of March I had the news. I got ATA. I can finally get the ticket and travel. Yippee! It's been 2 months now since I have started the whole applications, okay? It was 2 months, and I said, well, time to get the tickets. I had to take the round trip, because apparently not only you have to have a medical insurance for the period you want to stay during your working holiday, so that they could end the working holiday visa at the date you end your medical insurance. They also like need to prove that you can go back. Mainly because also, like, if I only take the single flight, it will pay much more, because the single flight always classified as a business type of flight, and business flights usually are compensated by companies that give you that flight. I'm not a company, I'm just a guy. So yeah, that's it. I think in total, just to go and do all of this, I spent probably like 2,000 euros. Which is a lot, but I could have spent a lot more. I basically paid the difference of money that should have done if I did it that with like an agency, by just doing the bureaucracy myself. That made me much more in scope on how fucking messy things can be when you're trying to do some life choices. Mostly like is the fact that communication between governments is not easy, even in the day of our Lord 2026. We should like just let people go whenever they want. It's easy to know if someone is like a bad person. It depends how much money they have usually. Obviously, like billionaires don't have any issues. They just pay someone to do all the things for themselves. That's not like totally evil, but it is. But now the only thing I have to do is go to Canada, and then I have to do some other shit to get my work permit. Without that, I cannot work. And I need it because like I have some money, but it wouldn't last me for more than a month. So I need to get like a job as soon as I get there. I even got an international driving license. So yeah, that's pretty it. That's what it means to immigrate. That was a brief video. And now I have to go and finish some things. I will see you the day of my departure, I guess, when I will upload that video whenever I can, because I canceled every internet, every subscription I had to save as much money. So basically, when I'm out of here, of this place, I will not have internet. So we will see how lucky I get. I also will be editing on my iPad because it's the only thing that has an editing software on that. So yeah, it will be pretty extreme. I can say that. So yeah, that's all. See ya.